Scorpio, you're yearly. So what do Scorpios need to know in a rough year? Love and light, let's see. What do they need to know most, Spirit? It's worth mentioning again that whatever it says, this is just the most important thing they want you to know about. This is not your whole year, as in everything that happens to you. This is just a small fraction that they need you to be aware of. And once you're aware of it, you can limit the damage or make the most of the good that comes your way. So, Scorpio, 12 cards working clockwise. Spirits, please, one a month. So this is especially important for those Scorpio, Sagittarius cuspers. Because we start with the fire energy and it goes all the way through. Scorpio is the only water sign that acts like a fire sign. There's no doubt about that. This is a generous woman, possibly in uniform, in January. Vega, Taurus, Capricorn. She's caring, nurturing, and generous. Can be a mother energy. But it's financial security and generosity. Money. Those born on the 8th or the 26th, however, or that date, so it's a person living or past date for your diary and address. Negative energy. Illness and bad temper may be the root of it, or impatience. So you may be impatient with this female, even though she's generous to a fault. Someone feels like they failed within the Herman family unit for some reason. February there is an apology coming. It's very slow. And again, it's someone in uniform. Cancer energy is mentioned. Control issues. Perhaps problems with a vehicle. Could be accidents. Mechanical problems. Parking tickets, speeding fines. Ambulances, fire engines. Those born on the 7th or the 25th living or past date for your diary and address. Massively important in a negative way. Issues with the breast, probably. Home and ancestors. So some sort of apology is needed, or a slow moving improvement in a situation. March, feeling stuck because you have to rely on the generosity of others. There could be financial difficulties you might have to economise. A Taurus could be involved, so we have got earth energy. Someone coming to you for help. Don't compare yourself to others. Comparison's not your friend, and it's not a race. Something that's been going on for about 7 years may be causing problems financially. April, you're able to stand on your own 2 feet. Totally independent. Those born 1951 plus or minus 12 February to February may be involved. Easter, so, but it will cause friction, competition. Arguments will be turned to your advantage, but you want to stand on your own 2 feet. You don't want to rely on other people. You want to be independent. May, there is a plan. And we've had this before for you, I think. A plan. We'll see if it pays off. But you need to get professional advice. Either a doctor, priest or lawyer, or a Gemini, Libra, older male will help. You may be confused about an issue. June, all depends on whether you have the energy to stick at something, because you've been banging your head against a brick wall with something, and it means that it's hanging in the balance. It depends on your will to keep fighting for this, whether it succeeds or fails. I think don't give up before the miracle happens, because July, patience pays off. The answer is yes. There is good health and a recovery from illness, possibly a birth of a child or the conception of it. Well, no, the birth of a child. 9 months is mentioned. So patience is needed for something to grow. August, feel the fear and do it anyway, because whatever you start in August, a new venture of any type will pay off. The foundations are strong. It could be a new business, a new career. Anything that you start, and teamwork will help. September, there is rapid communications coming your way. Passionate nature, possibly to do with fire sign children or air sign children. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but cutting through the bullshit, getting to the point. Clarity and truth. October, more effort is needed, because you may be feeling depressed, depleted, emotionally drained. There could be a failed pregnancy. November, it's a heavy burden to carry that somebody is not as committed as you would like. Coming and going, fire sign energy, lack of commitment, lack of stamina. Start things but don't know how to finish them. And December, feeling stuck, but loving unconditionally, because that's what you do. It seems to be that it's about children or memories of the past, patiently waiting for something or someone. Someone will return from your past, your childhood, or a happy occasion with your children. Nostalgic trip, perhaps to water or across it, but I think it's towards water, the beach maybe. 6 months is mentioned, so it'll be around June, July time. So some of you may finally be able to go for a little holiday somewhere. Somebody's keeping something close to the chest and not divulging everything. Again, conception of a child. So depending on your actions is whether it comes to fruition or not. A new beginning in your emotional life in February. March, we have mothers, mother-in-laws, mothers of... No, it's not. I always get that mixed up. It's Aries energy. It's your self-worth that's important for new beginnings. Where you've been stuck, you now need to put your foot down, have self-worth, and know that you can be successful if you put the effort in. It's about your image, birth, so there definitely could be a birth, February, March time. April it's going to be a bit of a shock, and it will cause arguments because you want your independence. Those born on the 16th, living or past it for your diary and address. Massively important. It will be something that rocks your world. And that's because in May, with the right advice, your plans will pay off. A celebration, a reunion, but May is a really beautiful time. June, for some reason, heartache, sorrow, loss and separation. Minor surgery. It will be a hard slog in June. July, nightmare, lots of nightmares, but it's possibly because you have something in your mind that's constantly going over. It's giving you sleepless nights, but there's no need to, because patience will pay off. The answer is yes. So whatever it is in July that you're in doubt about, the answer is yes. August, it's time for action. Feel the fear, do it anyway. Whatever starts in August is massively important, and it will pay off. There's your energy, Scorpio. September. It's the messages, it's the communications, it's the truth and clarity. It's grieving. Something has ended, but something new will begin. And there's a lot of communication about it. We'll be very clear about what has to end and what as to begin, but you may not want to deal with it at that time. Those born on the 13th, living or past it, for your diary and address. Shared resources and reproductive organs. October, there is a lover's split, lack of communication. This is somebody not putting enough effort in. This is what brings you down and makes you feel depressed. It may be unfaithfulness for some, but it's a separation, which we know a heartaches or a loss started here. So those born on the 6th or the 24th, living or past, that for your diary and address, massively important in a negative way. The burden with the lack of commitment brings about a lonely, divorced or widowed woman. This is the swan who mates for life. So she's not interested in anyone else. And she could get bitter and twisted if she's ignored or not cared for. It's bad advice received from a female doctor, priest or lawyer. It can be a woman scorned. So for some of you, for very few of you, this is a burden of an enemy. Feeling unable to move on because of the love that's involved. But there is a new beginning to be grasped in December. You take your wand and can make any new beginning a success. So it's up to you. But the fire signs seem to be quite negative for you, and it could be issues to do with children. Yeah, that wanted to come out. So, lack of commitment, someone from the past returns. Yeah. So we go back to the first card of generosity. It seems that someone isn't being generous with you. Someone is withholding from you, or you are withholding from someone else. Withholding information, possibly, is another way to lie. Are you doing this, or is someone doing it to you? Withholding something in order to keep you manipulated and controlled, so you believe deep down that you're not quite good enough. Now is the time for you to address the concept of withholding. If you see this in any aspect of your life, it's time for a change. Giving to others with the idea of getting something in return is also being warned against here. The best way out of the mire is to give with honesty and with open heart and without expectations. The Lady of the Gift challenges you to be generous and compassionate. You can always start again. Now, Spirit have been telling me this for Scorpio for quite some time. Someone, possibly within the family, is trying to get in your good books for financial compensation or reward. So they will seem at first glance to be quite lovely. But you being a Scorpio are very suspicious. And I think you will see through this person straight away. You may still give generously because of the connection to someone else. I believe that's a mistake. Don't be manipulated by any stories that anybody comes to you, sob stories, needing money. It's not the case. Just so you know. And there it is, Mars. It's come up so many times. You need to fight. Fight for your independence. It's going to be a shock. People won't like it. So if you've been letting people control your income in any way, or your finances, that has to stop now. We have the Aries energy again. I'm sure we did have him somewhere. I can't see him though. But fire sign energy is massively important. Aries, Leo, Cancer, no, it must have been another read. So, this may seem like a war. You will have battles, adversaries, competition, but don't be afraid of it. Defend yourself and don't let people walk all over you. In some way, you've relied on these people for a short time, possibly because of illness or some other heartache that's occurred. These people are not to be trusted. So, there may be a bully involved somewhere. But Mars is in your favour because it gives us the energy to face difficult challenges, to follow our passions no matter what stands in the way. If you didn't have Mars, you wouldn't be able to fight. They are giving you the energy to fight just a bit longer because you've been banging your head against a brick wall. This is a time when you feel not only forced but driven. It's a good time to consider your goals and desires and not allow them to fall by the shadows. Because like I said, something's going to pay off big time if you take the risk in August. You're being challenged to protect your interests or to move ahead quickly on something. It's a type of passion and drive that is linked to spirit and life force. So spirit wants you to do this. The cunning fire. To seek and claim, to force, pursue, and thus to change your fate. A fire has been lit under your passion, and it is time to achieve what you want in life. Spirit are trying to show you a clear path. It could be romantic or sexual in nature, or it could involve other types of relationships. But more importantly, goals that should be pursued at the current time as vigorously as possible. It can indicate that there's a formidable competitor has just arrived on the scene. It may include the law, the military, sports and games, challenges of all kinds, becoming more physically active and involved, but also fiery tempers and actual fires, yes. The question to ask now is how to take action. How do you create the momentum to achieve your goals and dreams? Because these can be achieved this year. Are you being pushed too hard by something or someone? How do you clear your path? Have you been challenged to protect your own interests? Yes, you have. Are you being pushed too hard by something or someone? You need to get what you want. You need to be willing to do battle. Someone or a situation will challenge you to a fight. There will be struggles. Watch out for the colour red and what did I say? Fast cars. The military, sports, law enforcement officers, being forthright, pushing ahead, ambition, being number one. Events that roar towards you, taking you unaware. This will be an exciting time. Noise and others having battles. Other people baiting you. Being bullied, confronting bullies in the family and on the job. Defending the position you have earned. Losing your head, accidents or other problems due to being in a rush. So guard against that, especially when you're driving. Overheating, skin rashes, high blood pressure, hemoglobin of the blood, iron, the phallus, drive, animal desires, ardent, passionate, or lustful, sheer energy, strength, and impulsiveness. So, don't, and rushing to the defense of others, you may, somebody may get your dander up, but don't be afraid to stand up to them. You are more than capable of this. Thanks for listening.